Hello everyone, I am Dr. Sirajul Faizi. I welcome you in my YouTube channel. Today in this video, I am going to talk about ambident nucleophile. Ambident nucleophiles. You know the word ambident. You also know the meaning of the ambident. You know the terminology of nucleophile. So let us start learning of ambident nucleophile in this video. You know, many nucleophiles may be represented by two or more resonance forms, in which the unshared pair of electrons may reside on two or more atoms. In these cases, the nucleophiles may attack in two or more different ways to give different products. So removal of a proton from ethyl acetoacetate, this is the ethyl acetoacetate, for instance, gives an ion which is a resonance hybrid of 61 and 62. This is the resonance hybrid of this. This hydrogen is replaced through the base and this anion is resonance stabilized. Here carbon, here oxygen. So such ions are called ambident anion because there is this center and this center for the nucleophile. Since they have two possible attacking atoms leading to the formation of two compounds, similar type of anion are derived from compounds such as ethyl malonate and acetylacetone. So, my friends, this phenomenon here, or attacking of base and taking this proton and formation of carbon ion, and this carbon ion is resonance stabilized, and this negative charge now oxygen atom and now carbon atom. So there are two options, either with the oxygens act as the nucleophile or either through CaH minus act as the nucleophile. Now another examples here. You can see such type of molecules. You have already read in BSc classes COCH2CO. Here Z may be methyl or acetylacetones. We are using base to take these protons and forming this anion. And this anion is resonance stabilized here, here, and this one is, you can see, if it is Z is same, then this O minus and this O minus and this CH minus. So on treatment with alkyl halide, these ions attack the carbon, leading to C alkylations, or oxygen leading to O alkylation. So C alkylation, you can see these are attack on this CH, and O alkylations, OR is here. So here CH minus, here O minus. Similarly, the phenoxide ion, I am going to show you phenoxide ion, this one, generated by the treatment of the phenols with base may undergo C alkylation or O alkylation. This 63 C alkylations and 64 O alkylation. Here is the 63, this is the 64 on treatment with alkyl halide. So you have this, you are using the base forming phenoxide. This phenoxide ion is resonance stabilized. Either oxygens have negative charge, either here carbon ions, and so on. So oxygens minus, it converted into these two products through the methyl bromide. So here methyl groups, and on these positions is methyl group. So this product have different attachment, here carbon attachment with the carbon, here attachment with the oxygens. So the positive counter ion play an important role in deciding the atom which act as a nucleophile. For example, in case of sodium cyanide, The attack of cyanide ion takes place from the carbon atom, whereas in AgCN, silver cyanide, attack takes place from the nitrogen atom. So you can see this carbon minus, it converted into carbon double bond nitrogen minus. So if you have the Rx, you are using sodium cyanide reagents, then cyano compound will form. If you are using silver cyanide, then isocyanide. So in many cases, it has been observed that the nature of solvent influences the course of reactions. When a nucleophile is relatively free, it normally attacks with its more electronegative atom. However, when the atom is solvated or located close to the positive counter ion, attacking takes place through the less electronegative atom. So my friend, you know sodium naphthoxide, I will show you, which gives the product of O alkylations, and on treatment with benzyl bromide in dimethyl sulfoxide DMSO in 95% yield. However, when the same reaction is performed in 2,2-trifluoroethanol, the measured product is obtained by C alkylation 67. So look at the reaction. This is the 65. This is your benzyl chlorides. In DMSO, here O alkylation occurs. And in CF3CH2OH, C alkylation occurs. So ambident dianion can be generated by treating compound such as ethyl acetoacetate with 2 moles of a strong base. You can see if you are using 2 moles of base, it will take this and this 2 proton, forming ambident dianion. This is dicarbon ion. So my friends, hydrogen atom attached to middle carbon atom of compound such as ethyl acetoacetate, being flanked by 2 carbonyl groups, one ketocarbonyl and other ester carbonyl, would be more acidic than those on the end carbon being attached to a single carbonyl group. The strength of the respective conjugate base will be in the reverse order. Taking advantage of this, the enol carbon atom in ambident dianions can be preferentially alkylated by reacting it with 1 molecular proportion of alkyl halide. So look at here, 68, this is ambident anion. React with 1 mole Rx, here R alkylations, H plus is forming these products. So in case 1 mole of base is used, the alkylation at methylene can be carried out. So you can see here 1 mole base, carbon ion form, and then as usual alkyl group attack on this carbon. So this is your ethyl acetoacetate. You have the base, you have 1 mole, formation of this carbon ion, then Rx bond will break, R approaches this and X minus will remove. So this type of reactions which is showing through the ambident reactions. So my friends, if you like such type of video, then subscribe my channel, and thanks for watching.